Welcome to the summary of AFM Lecture 1. So, this full lectures of AFM you will get it on my website sabiakhtar.com. So, all you need to do is you need to log in, you need to register an account on my website, and then go to the payment details and make the payment and get the full AFM course. And if you're not comfortable with the full course, if you just want a revision, like this is your second attempt, you overall know the whole syllabus, for those students, do not worry, you can buy my revision crash course. There you will get all the important points as well as which revision kit questions needs to be attempted. And also it is beneficial for those students who are working full time, right, who just wants a quick review and small areas. So for them, revision crash course is much suitable compared to the full course. Now getting back to this, so in my lecture 1, these are the topics I will cover. In my previous video I have explained the whole syllabus of AFM. We have told that we are starting with section A, that is the role of senior financial advisor. So this topic is on that section A, role of senior financial advisor. So these are the 6 topics we'll cover in lecture 1. So this is not a detailed video, let me tell you, these are just the bullet points I'm giving you what I'll be discussing. Okay, so first is the strategies, then we have corporate objectives, we'll see the conflict of interest, we have ethics is always tested in AFM, then we have ESG issues, that is your environmental, social and governance, and risk management. So how a financial advisor or the financial manager, they set this strategy. Okay, 2 things, they set strategies to achieve organizational goal and for financial management. First we'll see how to achieve organizational goal. So these are your strategies are divided into 3: corporate, business, operational. So in my lecture 1 on my website you will see what corporate strategy is, what are the business strategies, and what are the operational strategy, and then comes the vision and mission. Okay, coming to financial management. So a finance manager has a very important area in this 4 areas. So they take decision on this 4 areas. That is all our AFM syllabus is about. That is investment decision, financing decision, dividend decision, and your risk management strategy, how they are going to manage risk. So now that's all about one branch. So we have finished the strategy part. Now the corporate objectives. So corporate objectives, we have objectives in practice, then the principle of shareholder wealth maximization you will study, and communication to stakeholders. So first let us go through the objectives. Objectives could be various types. Okay, first it could be profit maximization or surrogate profit goals. For example, means something indirectly that leads to profit. Okay, it is not directly leading to profit, but it ultimately leads to profit. So what are those goals, we'll see in lecture 1. Then the constraints and the dysfunctional goals, and then comes to maximizing versus satisfying. What are those goals? Then shareholder wealth maximization. So your shareholder wealth maximization, these are the 3 things we have to study. That is total shareholder return, what it comprises of, then net present value, how net present value is linked to shareholder wealth maximization, that we'll see in lecture 1, very important. Again, let me tell you, net present value is very important. Most of the time your question number 1 for 50 marks is on this area, that is calculation of net present value. And also in AFM, along with net present value, you might have to calculate APV, adjusted present value. So you have to be prepared for this. This is very important. Then your payback consideration, how with payback shareholders wealth is maximized. Then important area is how you communicate to stakeholders. So we have various type of stakeholders, internal versus external. Then we'll rank the stakeholders based on Mendelow's matrix, that is power and interest. Higher the power, higher the interest, they are your key stakeholders. You need to keep them satisfied, informed. Then public information policy, so where you communicate to inform. Okay, you use it as a tool, PIP. And then the communication media that you have to use and the purpose for communicating. Then for conflict of interest, we are going to study these things: agency theory, stakeholder interest, because different stakeholders have different interests. That's why there's a conflict, and how to bring the goal together, align the goal of the two different people who are not aligning. So first is agency theory. Why this agency theory? Ownership is separated from control. Shareholders are owning, directors are controlling. There's a separation. Okay, so we'll go through the different types of principal agent relationship and also the agency cost, how you can solve those agency cost. Then for the stakeholders interest, there are various type of stakeholders. We'll see the interest of directors versus employees, equity versus debt, customer versus creditor, and society and environment. So we'll go through this. Then goal congruence. How can you bring the goal of the two people together? Either by executive share option plan, long-term incentive plan, corporate governance oversight, or shareholder activism. So all this in detail is covered in my lecture 1. Then ethics. So for ethics, one is professional ethical conduct, the other one is your decision making model. There are various decision making models that we'll go through. So your ethical conduct, you have to think of your fundamental principle, your employer and client relationship. Like for example, you need to know your as a professional accountant, as a professional finance manager, you need to know your duties towards your employer and your client. Then AML, that is anti-money laundering legislation, and KYC, know your customer, and international ethical issues will be covered under this. Then these are the decision making model. Rest 4 component. Then we have ethical development model. Then we have IASB's ethic education framework, Tucker's 5 question, and ACCA ethical conflict resolution. So what is this 5 question? What are the 4 components? And also the various other models will cover in lecture 1. It has been covered. Then the ESG issue. So under this we'll go through sustainability. We'll go through what is sustainable finance, means the corporate sustainability, and some examples of sustainable development. ESG criteria, the 3 criteria, environmental, social, and governance. So what are these factors? You have to see in my lecture 1 on my website. Then the triple bottom line. So you have to have a benchmark with your economic, environmental, and social, and what are the indicators of impact that can impact these 3 areas. And finally the risk management. So we'll go through the reasons for managing risk, the different types of risk, what are the management strategies, and a framework for managing risk. So the reasons for management, this 3, we'll see how. Okay, the detail I'm not explaining here. This is just a summary of lecture 1. You can see details is there on my website. So you manage reason. 1 is to reduce cost of capital, 1 is to smooth profit for tax and avoid financial distress cost. Types of risk. So these are the type of risk, and this is a very important section once again, because in your exam, especially in your question number 1, they mostly ask you have to write a report, right? So in this report, it is just not calculation, you have to write a lot. So these are those things: business and financial risk, operational and reputation risk, credit risk, default risk, regulatory risk, physical risk, project and political risk. Okay, so I'm not going to explain the details what it means here. You need to go to my lecture 1 and check there. Right now, management strategies. So these are the strategies. We will find what are the difference between these 3. 1, either mitigate the risk, hedge the risk, or diversify the risk. So we'll go through these terms. And finally the models. So this is a model where you have to identify the risk first, analyze the risk, and report the risk, and then monitor the risk, do the appropriate treatment and monitor. So what are those appropriate treatments? You will only get to know when you go and purchase and watch my lecture 1. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the summary of lecture 2. I'll be doing summaries for all the other lectures as well in AFM, and not just AFM, I'll be doing the summaries for other subjects. So let me know in the comments below what are the subjects where you want me to do a summary like this, so that students are aware of the upcoming topics for each topic, each subject. Thank you once again, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like, comment and share. Thank you.